Oh my goodness. Who is that random guy husking corn on my deck? So strange. Wait, I feel like I've seen you somewhere. Have I seen you somewhere before? Oh wait, did you help me fix my air conditioner? Yes, that's the guy.
Hey guys, Jay here with Word of Advice TV, and this weekend I am actually visiting the Salstrom family. We got Reuben here and Ben over here. You might know them from their YouTube channels. If you don't, you should really check their channels out. And during this weekend, besides hanging out and having a great time, we also decided we shouldn't waste all our time and actually do a collaborative video together. And what we're gonna do today is actually open up 3 compressors on all of our channels, because if we do it just on this video right here, it's going to be way too long. So I'm going to have this compressor right here. We're going to cut it open and see what's inside. I've actually never opened up a compressor, a scroll compressor before, so I'm pretty excited for that. Reuben is going to open up this monster right over here, and that's a 2-stage reciprocating compressor. And Ben is going to get the classic reciprocating compressor.
The old dinosaur.
The old dinosaur, which probably works better than the rest, but we don't know for sure.
Yep.
So we're going to go ahead and start with this scroll compressor, and if you want to see the other 2, go ahead and check their channels out as well. The link to their channels will be in the description.
Oh, it's working better now. Oh, it's getting better. It's going to work fine. Oh! When are you going to smell it?
Whenever I start it.
Did you make it through?
I think so.
All right. Well, these guys are...
Tell me the wrong weld.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh no.
So what happened a minute ago, actually like 3 hours ago, you forgot which side of the weld I told you. Right? Or something like that? Actually, no. I forgot which side of the weld to tell you. So...
Wow, that's really thick.
Look at that. That's all that's inside of a scroll compressor. Thanks.
Pretty dull and boring.
It's just a solid thing of metal.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
So, a few minutes ago, I was like, well actually like 2 hours ago now, I was like, hey, make sure that you cut above the weld so that you don't end up having to make multiple cuts.
And
Oh,
that's
wow.
what, that's
So
what
this-
I did.
That's why it gets so hot. This whole entire space right here is the high side.
Right. So all of that superheated refrigerant comes up into this cap, is collected and pushed out of that port right there. That's actually a check valve if I remember correctly. You should try sucking on it, Reuben.
I don't think it is a check valve.
Is it not? Okay.
I'm gonna blow into it.
Okay.
Yeah, not a check
It
valve.
smells really bad.
Not a check valve.
At least not that direction.
Right.
That maybe is. Jay, you blow on that one.
I'm good.
It's already got some like chapstick substance on there, so I'm sure your wife would really appreciate that if your lips were covered in whatever that is.
How'd that taste, Reuben?
It didn't taste bad at all, actually.
POE.
It had no taste.
Right? What is it? Polyester
Oil.
ethyl oil something.
Something.
So right here though, what's interesting about what we're looking at is that this is where all of the superheated gas is ejected from the scroll. So we know that we are close to...
So sucks it in through here, pushes it out through
Right,
the
so
top.
that's the suction port right there on the compressor. It pulls the vapor into the compressor, compresses it into a superheated gas, not even into a liquid, into a superheated gas, and then it's pushed out the top of that scroll right there. But we can't even see the scroll because Jay cut the wrong spot. So he gets to go again. Also, you guys were extremely abusive to your grinder wheels. Like you both like totally destroyed your wheels.
Did you do it in one?
Yeah, look at this. Okay, he started.
finished it with his.
He used the rest of mine to finish his. Look at this is mine. That's Jay's. So if you guys
Yeah,
ever
my
have
first one's over there.
That's his. Reuben killed
Well,
him too.
Reuben used all of it.
Yeah.
So
Oh, wait, what brand is this though?
hey, maybe we should do a giveaway of the leftover the grinder wheels.
There you go.
As long as you're in the lower 48, we'll send it to you. Well, so look at this. This is the wall thickness on that is pretty substantial. That's what, an 1/8 inch? Is that a full 1/8 inch? It looks like to me.
So is this.
So I wonder, are these both 410A compressors? Maybe mine was like some other kind of. Oh wait, don't open it yet. Don't want to see it yet. So over here, this is mine. It looks the same to me, pretty much. Maybe a
I
tiny
think
bit
yours is a little thinner.
thinner. 3/16 maybe. So, okay, well, we kind of got the reaction to your first step.
Yeah,
there.
it was a total blooper.
Well, we wanted to see that anyway.
No, that's an extremely important aspect of that.
Sure. We'll cut off the second piece.
Okay, so any other observations, Ruben, before he cuts below the weld?
That's pretty boring up on top.
Honestly, that was
You
a
were cutting
necessary.
fairly deep, so you could almost cut. That's probably why your blade wore out
Oh yeah,
really
probably.
quickly.
Yeah, just finish cutting through that next layer. Is that what you're saying, Ruben? And then,
Why can't I just, or you're saying it'll be easier to cut it here?
well, maybe cut it. Yeah, I don't know.
I've never cut one of these open, so yeah,
I
I think
have.
you're gonna have to cut it down lower.
Yeah, well, so you have to get this separated. On the scroll compressor that I took apart previously, there were several bolts on the top. Once I got that cap off, and then was able to pull it apart to see the scroll. I'm actually really excited to see the scroll in this one because it looks like the way this is shaped is different. Like, why does it have this arched portion on top? Or maybe the scrolls are all the way down here. But I don't know. So it's up to you.
So,
We can either
so
cut.
they're just going like,
Yep.
and it's pushing all
So
that.
one stationary
straight up in
scroll
there.
and one that actually orbits. So
Yep. Okay. All right. Let's
I want
do
to
a
see where the motor is too, because I'm having a really hard time visualing how they have that like
visualing.
attached to a motor.
I'm having a hard time visualing that.
Visualizing.
So when you open up the top, it's just empty. And this is the discharge line. So whatever the refrigerant that gets compressed comes out this little hole, comes in here, and then it gets pushed out through this line right here. And on the contrary, after it goes through the whole refrigeration loop, it comes back and goes in here before it gets compressed. So now we're gonna see what's the inside of the compressor, of the scroll compressor looks
Yep,
like.
and we haven't seen inside this yet.
Yep. So we
purposely have
decided this
waited-
was the vent relief, right?
Yeah, based on looking at similar items in the other compressors,
Yep.
which you have to click underneath this video to see. We think that.
Yes. We think that this is a condenser. If the condenser fan stops working, this will overheat, and to prevent it from really overheating and wrecking itself, this pressure relief opens up and releases the pressure.
Yep, down into the.
Yeah, because it would
side.
actually release the pressure downward into the case.
Right.
Because this is we're looking at the
Bottom,
Because this is the top and that's the bottom. The other compressors we looked at were pretty much opposite.
we're looking at the high side here, right on top. This is where the superheated gas collects inside that cap before it's discharged into the condenser coil, which is that right there. So, all right.
All right, opening up the top. Look at that. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I hope we're gonna be able to take it out. Is it just these bolts and the whole
See,
thing
remember
slides
I
out?
told you I had to take the bolts out before.
Yep.
Weird.
So we are gonna have to. Oh, look at that! I cut through them.
Oh no.
A little bit. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it's okay.
So we're gonna take this out and hopefully see the scrolls. I really want to see the scrolls.
You want
Right.
to try using that?
Yeah.
If
If we're not gonna be able to see the scrolls,
Oh,
I'm gonna
whoa.
be pretty upset.
This moves. Why does that move?
No, this has to move in a
Yep.
right. So it makes that exact noise. So the other interesting things to observe right here are that, like, we were able to see a tiny bit of this before we took that cap off, but oh, you can see the bottom side of that relief port.
Right here. It's literally just like a tube.
Yep.
Probably has a spring inside, right?
Yep. And so it would release that superheated high pressure gas back down into the body of this scroll compressor. It looks like, what is that little tiny, like, deal right there.
Which one?
This on the side right here.
Oh, you're looking inside there. That right here?
Yeah.
I would not know. Looks like that couldn't be right.
How did this seal?
Overload?
How did this seal? This was just like pressed against
No,
there?
literally, it just goes right on top of it.
Is that just metal on metal or what?
Right here.
Or is this something else?
Oh, it's a little bit spring loaded.
Unfortunately, I didn't study up on my innards of scroll compressors, so I can't tell you exactly what that is.
Last time I replaced that little part, I didn't know what it was either.
It took forever to weld it back.
And then you gotta weld the top back on. It gets really expensive.
Oh, I see how
really
this one
fast.
went bad. This got unplugged.
Oh,
Darn it, how did I
stupid
miss that?
Electronics.
Okay, let me try again.
So. Oh, it turned. Did it turn?
No, I just rubbed it off pretty much.
Okay, so what we should do.
Did you guys try this
Our
thing yet?
tools are so like horribly inadequate.
No, you have to like crimp it down
Well,
extremely.
so I
I
think
don't know
what-
if the
To the
torque things
extreme.
would work anyway because they kind of got cut a little bit.
Is it okay if I put a wrap on this? Is anybody gonna be mad at me? Did you break them?
No, just
This is spent.
It's not working.
should we go get?
Ah, there you go.
actual tools?
You know, I'm actually kind of just waiting because I know how I did it last time, but I'm mostly just observing you guys do it because
Oh, well, look, Jay, it's just like a little tab. We could just cut those.
yeah,
Probably.
with the grinder.
Oh, seriously, why are we doing this? Ben misdirecting us again. Okay, I'm done with
I think I want to try one more time, but I realize that
It's a
there's 3 of them.
it's a futile operation. The operation you are engaging in is futile.
it. Okay, I'll cut it.
Uh,
Without earplugs again.
I'm putting my earplugs in.
Okay, yeah,
You give
go
up?
for it. I give up. Oh my goodness, are you kidding?
Wait, no, we're not there yet.
It has a gap inside there. Hold on, this comes out.
Is it a clutch? No, I don't know what it is.
Is it just more vibration absorption because they're pretty intense?
No, but look, there's
Awesome,
why is there electronic plugs that go right on there? Is that where?
That's that sensor. Because this is that low voltage side.
I just want to see the scrolls.
Jay's like, I don't care what those things are.
Yes, just little dots, okay?
And neither do my subscribers. They only want to see
They want
the
to see the scrolls. I'm working on it, guys.
The ancient.
Bear with me.
It's. I'm gonna back up a little bit. This is getting a little bit dangerous.
I'm successfully bending the case, but it's not really helping.
So I think that we need to grind those off a little more. Hey, we should get the regular grinder wheel that we can,
Sure.
so we can just like actually remove the material.
Oh, here, while we're waiting for him, let's, there's oil in here too, right?
Oh yeah.
Let's dump that out.
Let's see what color it is. Maybe it's I bet it's more clear. When I dumped the
Welcome
oil,
to the segment where we guess what color the oil will be.
I'm guessing black.
I'm
If you think
guessing
it's going to be black,
really nice
wait,
clear like
we'll put a
white.
poll right here. What color is the oil going to be?
different.
All right, so quickly before he dumps it out, click on this poll right here and vote. What color is the oil going to be? Ready? Here we go.
Well, I said black, but what is it? Yellow,
You said-
brown,
I say
clear?
clear.
I
Like
think.
perfectly
No,
clear.
wait. Let me think. before
Oh
he
wait, but
dumps
he's
it
the
out.
one that took it out, so he might know something.
No, I think that it's going to be. There's not going to be any oil.
Okay. Oh, there is oil and it's pretty clear. No, it's like green.
Green.
It's green. Wait, you guessed black.
None of
Ruben
us guessed
yellow.
green.
I guessed
It's
no oil.
more clear than the other stuff though.
It looks clear / green.
Yeah. It looks like that stuff that's in the little tube that is frozen that you eat.
The
Keep
icy,
holding it there.
right? Keep holding it. Next day, keep holding
This
it.
scroll compressor is really tiny compared to the one I took apart before.
Okay, that should be good.
Safety first. You saw it here first. That safety is first.
Yeah.
Look at that. Safety glasses, safety earplugs. He's even wearing gloves. I wasn't wearing gloves when I cut my compressor open, and so please forgive me. I'm really sorry. I hope you will not unsubscribe. But if you do, I guess maybe Jay will let me move into his basement in Hawaii. Hopefully.
It'll be an honor to have you, Ben.
Wait, do they have basements in Hawaii?
No.
Oh, that's why you said
Maybe in the
yes.
shed.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, sure. Well, they also hold the two sections of the scroll together. Wait, Reuben, you're gonna miss it.
I was gonna get him a screwdriver so he could pry 2 directions, but maybe he's got it.
He's got it.
Come on, baby. There you go. Oh, there it is.
Whoa.
Wait, don't tell me that's all there is.
That's all there is, folks. Thanks for watching. Just kidding.
For some reason, I thought the scroll would be longer.
Okay, so that one's
Really?
the stationary. Yeah, so did I. I pictured it being like at least this deep.
Yeah, it's like a super short little thing. Hold on, so, oops. So, is this this is the stationary, and this is the one that
Orbits.
orbits. Let's take that out once. Huh.
Oh, so this piece doesn't. This piece doesn't turn.
No, but look, it's like oblong.
That does.
It is oblong, so I wonder if it goes back and forth.
But isn't the scroll the coolest thing ever?
Huh.
Now, would you design, build, manufacture, ship, and deliver this compressor for like $500?
Definitely not.
Can you imagine that?
Let me try to put this back together. So, if we flip it on, this too bad we can't see the inside, but it's literally doing this.
Yep. And it just like squeezes the refrigerant in a circle.
And if you like apply more pressure, you could almost like feel it, how it would compress it, you know?
Yep.
That's cool. So it goes in.
Oh, so look, so
It goes in through here, right? Right here. Here's an opening.
yeah, that's where it pulls the vapor in right there.
It goes all the way through,
in this outer edge.
and then it goes out the top.
So these walls, all these walls are perfectly machined to be a tight fit,
Yep.
Yeah.
starting from there.
Which is just like mind blowing that they can make that work.
And these surfaces too have to be perfectly sealed.
Yeah. So nothing leaks by.
It's just like a lot. It's like a lot of friction, you would
And it
think.
comes out the top. Yeah. So it sucks basically refrigerant into here, and then
Squeezes it out the top.
squeezes out. Yep. Out the top, and then goes out the top of the cap
I think
there.
that's
that
an
we saw.
oil pump.
This thing right here.
That tab. in the
Oh, it
center
would
there.
have to be. It would
Yeah,
have to
'cause
be.
How would it lubricate it?
Right.
No, this is kind of cool. Even though they're short, and I was hoping for a longer scroll, but this is pretty neat.
That is super neat.
Now we know what the scroll compressor looks like
That's
inside.
like thunderstorm paperweights.
Right. These are nice. Let's see how much more we can take. Are we gonna try to get the motor out? I don't know. I mean, we saw the motors on the other compressors, so I don't think we have to take this out.
This is. Oh no, yeah, we do. We do. Your compressors, your subscribers would be super disappointed if you don't take that motor out of there. You have to.
Are you guys gonna be mad if I don't take out the
Oh,
motor?
for sure. I'm not gonna even. Yeah.
This seems like it would be such a pain.
I'm one of your subscribers, and I would be mad.
Half a day later, off camera, we take this out, right?
So the way I would suggest taking this out. So what I was gonna say earlier, but I would have been interrupting, is that it's super interesting how everything is like pretty much anchored in place for the scroll compressor, except for that one portion of the scroll that does this motion that we've been discussing.
So everything is stationary.
Everything is
except-
stationary in this can, which is why the can is smaller versus the other types, which you're gonna have to click on the link in the description to see how that works. But basically those are not anchored to the outside of the can, and they're able to absorb vibration in that way. So this all has to be really, really stationary. That motor cannot move because it's all very precisely assembled so that those scrolls can properly integrate and pump the refrigerant. So we'll take this out of here.
0 springs. The other ones all had 3 springs.
Yep.
Yeah, there's no
and yet
springs at
this
all.
one is quieter than all the other ones, even though it has no
Yeah.
springs, no suppression type. Well, besides it being
Yep.
stationary. That's cool.
Exactly. So right here, oh, that's where the electronics come in, I see. Nice. Oh,
That's
yeah.
the low voltage ones. Those are the ones going to the motor.
Yep. So I think the best way to get this out of the can, because it looks like they almost press it in there or
That
something.
looks like it's like crimped in there, like
Yep.
heavily.
If you just take the grinder and just make one cut down
and then
the
just
length,
kind of pry it open.
down the length right here, since you are into using up those grinder wheels, I
Definitely
think
take the wind.
that's what you should do.
The wind.
We have now made a complete incision all the way up the belly, and now we've been working our way either way right above the hips. And now, by spreading this, it's starting to come apart, it seems like. So here we go.
It just all fell apart.
This is still stuck in here though.
Oh look, there's a clip spot there.
Ooh, nice.
So that's why it's so tall.
So this is like basically the same thing that you would find inside of a regular old, like any motor for the most part. Like it's a little bit longer than a typical like fan motor, but it is pretty much the same principle. And this is, what do you call this, the arbor? What's the term for the center portion of the motor?
This is the stator, and this is the
I think it's like the armature or arbor or something, but
armature sounds
it's got
right.
this plastic cap here on the end.
Notice this is all that it is off-centered. It's just that much.
Wait, oh,
So this main shaft is just off-centered.
This
Try,
is
try
not,
spinning it. Can you spin it? Or
nope,
is it
it's seized up.
seized up?
Oh, no.
That part's not supposed to spin.
This whole thing spins.
The whole entire thing spins, dang.
So,
And this
no,
somehow
look right here.
pumps oil through
This is not off-center. This portion right here is not
Yeah.
off-center. This is. So when this turns, it's only moving back and forth like a quarter of an inch.
Then we have this thing that goes on here.
Oh, that's what we were seeing right in top, right? That hole.
Yep.
Yep.
You were saying it's an oil pump.
Yeah, because look, we've got a pinhole here. So let's somehow it gets oil
Oh,
up
I see
here
it. It goes like this.
through this.
All right, so this is turning here, and this is off-center, which is going to cause that scroll to do its oscillating motion. If that's the right term. And that's what ultimately is going to cause this thing to work. And it's got this like off-center portion right here, which is probably a counterweight, I guess. Super interesting.
That is cool, yeah.
Really.
So is this where all the refrigerant comes into that head? Through this one
look at
hole
this.
right here?
So that little, I bet you it is.
No,
Because
look,
that
look.
hole goes into here.
This is hollowed out all the way through.
Yeah, that's the oil. For the oil.
Okay.
Well, I'm guessing.
So in the middle of that shaft, it's hollow all the
Yeah,
way through.
you can see all the way through that. I don't know if you can see it on the camera there, but
Oh, we kind of can't.
there's,
See if we can see Reuben's eye. There you go, I see it.
yeah.
All the way through.
So that must have something to do with the oil, like Reuben's saying, pumping up. Oh, look at this. So right here, it's got these feet that are like bent out opposite directions.
Yep,
It probably turns this direction, which just acts as a natural pump, which pushes it up through the top and
that's what
ultimately
this-
into that
this one reed
scroll
is for.
assembly, which is super cool. And the whole bearing of this scroll assembly rests on this bottom portion of the base of the motor, which then rests in here. I don't know if you can get a close-up on that, but
Like right in the middle there.
yeah, right in the middle there's a hole in the bottom that's held up off the bottom of the compressor,
Yep.
which would take the oil and pull it up through that center portion of the motor and deliver it to the scroll assembly.
Yep. I think this one is a lot more complicated than the reciprocating ones, or at least it seems like it.
Definitely was a lot harder to open, that's for sure. Reuben was just pointing out that you have these little holes in the outside of these, I don't know, these feet that come in contact with the outside of the can. So
Show me the holes again. Hold on.
Yep, here on each one of these cast legs, we've got these drilled
and then
out.
if you look at the can, the way that was held in here, so they pushed that whole assembly in there, and then they must take and mechanically crimp. You can see these little nubs that stick out.
Yep.
They mechanically crimp that, and that's what holds that whole assembly permanently in place. So they drop all this stuff in there, and then
They probably have guys just like us assembling these.
and then once
Probably
they
why
get
it broke.
once they get it assembled, then they just crimp it. They just have a guy that goes dunk and crimps it. That's what his job is.
Looks good to me. Nice. Well, that's the innards of the scroll compressor.
Come to life. Wait. Okay. Alright. There's a reason that they call it a dead cat, you know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's so gross.
Well guys, and that is all we had for you. As you can see, we made a big mess. The compressors are all disassembled, and that was actually pretty darn amazing. Half of the stuff we found in here, I wasn't expecting to see them. Maybe Ben was, because he's taken some apart before. I don't know about Reuben, probably as well.
A little bit.
But I liked it. That was pretty impressive. And in my video, you only saw the scroll compressor, but as you can see, there's a lot of interesting stuff in the other ones as well. And that stuff you're not gonna see in my video. You're gonna see it in either Ben's video or Reuben's video. So make sure you check out their videos as well to see how these things come apart as well and what's inside of them. It's pretty amazing. These two had some surprises. I'm not going to do any spoilers, but you got to see it to believe it. If I don't forget, I'm going to put their channels in the video description, so make sure you check them out, and maybe on the end screens in the end. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it entertaining. Don't forget to mash that like button on the way out, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, wait, so what do we have on top so far? Do you want to talk about what the first,
Sure.
Maybe talk about what the whole like process from the beginning.
So here's the cap that we took off, because Ben misdirected me and told me to cut the top off first.
I said make sure you cut above that weld, and
So I did.
He did, yeah. And
Anyway.
you lifted the cap off, and then tell us about what we see there.
It's just an empty can pretty much, the top.
Right.
So the refrigerant comes in here. And
Nope, doesn't.
oh, this is the discharge. Okay, let's try that again.
That's a good outro, maybe. Part of the very end.
That's why. Have you ever felt on the top of these scrolls?
really
when they're
hot.
running?
It's so hot. You're like, oh, that compressor's on fire. It's going bad.
It's getting to my head now, man.
Dad once was like, "Yeah, I think this is going bad. It's so hot."
And if you're still here and not in the comment section below, let me show you a pretty cool trick. It's called sound misdirection. At least that's what I call it. And I need a volunteer for it, and Reuben volunteered.
As long as you subscribe to his channel.
As long as you subscribe to his channel. So he's gonna be our victim, or no, sorry, he's gonna be our volunteer.
Victim. This doesn't sound good
So
now.
no, all you gotta do is close your eyes, and I'm gonna be snapping my fingers. This is called sound misdirection, remember? I'm gonna be snapping my fingers, and all you have to do is just point where you think I'm snapping.
Okay.
And we're gonna see, I mean, your eyes are closed, but all the rest of us are gonna see if you're pointing in the right direction.
All right.
Ready? So let's just begin, and I'll just start point. The first one is right in front of your face.
Okay.
And you only have like 2 seconds to decide. Surprisingly, it didn't work as much. I mean, a few times he did like totally screw up, but
Not too much.
not too much. He's a special case. Let's try Ben. Ben, can you come over here? Okay, so Ben obviously has not been wearing his earplugs. Ben performed a lot better than Reuben. And he can see his performance later on when he's watching this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the entertainment. Don't forget to subscribe and mash that like button, and we'll see you next time.